Hello, my name is Roberto. This is my final evidence about the mystery of the Zodiac Killer. The Zodiac Killer was one of the most famous serial killers, and the San Francisco police spent years trying to decipher the letters he sent to the press containing riddles and code messages. Also, there were only 7 confirmed victims, but he claimed to have killed more than 37. First, the history. On July 5th, a police station received a call reporting a double murder on the highway. When they asked for details, he spoke louder and he described the crime in detail, later claiming responsibility and stating he had committed other murders the previous year. The first clues about the killer suggest that if he were to be identified, he would likely be a heavy-set man with fair skin, curly light brown military-style hair, between 26 and 30 years old, and he wore glasses. The letters. On August 1st, 1969, newspapers received letters from someone claiming to have murdered 4 teenagers. If the newspaper ignored his demand to publish the letters, he threatened to kill 12 more people. To avoid the risk, they complied. The letters include 340 encrypted characters and a strange symbol, a circle with a cross. Since the police couldn't gather much from the letters, they asked the sender to prove he was real. If the killer hadn't sent a follow up letter, he might not have been taken seriously. But 4 days later, another letter had arrived signed by Zodiac. From that moment, he became known as the Zodiac Killer. The end of the letters. At the end of September, he committed his third double murder, this time wearing a peculiar outfit, a hood, glasses, and a chest symbol resembling the target. If the victim had escaped, the police might have had more evidence. As before, he reported the crime to the police himself. He continued sending encrypted letters. Later, a woman pointed out similarities between the Zodiac's methods and the murder of a student 4 years earlier. If she hadn't made the connection, that case might have remained forgotten. The Zodiac responded, confirming he was responsible and saying there were still many unknown victims. He then claimed 3 more murders and went silent for 3 years. When he resurfaced, he claimed a total of 37 murders. If the police had had better forensic technology at the time, they might have been able to identify him. His letters continued until 1919, at the last one including a postal service key. The end of the mystery. Despite the many suspects, the police were never able to confirm the killer's identity. Until, if the evidence is correct, it was revealed 54 years later that Gary Francis, an Air Force veteran who died in 2018, was the Zodiac Killer. How can I resolve the mystery? What I would have done to try to solve the case would have been to compare the DNA on file with the DNA left by the killer at the crime scenes. If investigators had used his method early on, they might have been able to rule out people who had committed other crimes or identify someone already in the police database. DNA comparisons is one of the most reliable ways to eliminate suspects or confirm identities, especially when dealing with old case like this one. Thank you for watching.